Good morning, students. Welcome in SST class of 6th standard. Today we are going to continue chapter number 7, page number 77. The topic is the Canadian Shield or Laurentian Shield. In last video, we have discussed the Eastern Cordilleras and the Central Plains. I hope you have revised it. Let me take your feedback through cross questions. What is the location of the Eastern Cordillera? Second, what is the average height of the Eastern Cordillera? Third, what is the other name of the Central Plains? Fourth, what is the extent of the Central Plain? Why are the prairies known as the wheat ball of the world? Now let us discuss today's objectives. The Canadian Shield or the Laurentian Shield. Let us discuss some new words. Plateau, high flat table-like land. Bay, an inlet of sea or other body of water, usually smaller than Gulf. Shield, to protect somebody from danger. Glacier, a mass of ice that moves slowly down a valley. Ice sheet, a layer of ice covering an extensive tract of land for a long period of time. Lake, a large area of water that is surrounded by land. Mineral, underground wealth. Let us see the Canadian Shield through map. It is shown with the red color on the map. Let us do the reading of the Canadian Shield or the Laurentian Shield. The northeastern part of North America, centered around the Hudson Bay, is known as the Canadian Shield or the Laurentian Plateau. This region occupies more than 40% of the land area of Canada. Students, through this map you can see the Canadian Shield around the Hudson Bay, and you can see more than 40% of the land of the Canada covered with the Canadian Shield. The Canadian Shield is the largest of Canada's 6 physical regions. This area completely surrounds the Hudson's Bay in the shape of a horseshoe. Students, look at this map. You have to fill the Canadian Shield with green color around the Hudson Bay. Let us continue reading. It is made up of some of the oldest and the hardest rocks in the world. The Canadian Shield is almost 300 to 610 millimeter above the sea level. The Canadian Shield contains some of the oldest rocks on the earth. These oldest rocks are also known as the Laurentian Plateaus. The Canadian Shield is made up of the igneous rocks and the high-grade metamorphic rocks. During the Ice Age, the entire Canadian Shield was covered with thick sheets of ice. A number of glaciers were formed. As these glaciers moved along, they scooped out great hollows in the land. Thousands of depressions were thus formed. After the glaciers melted, these depressions were filled with water. thus forming lakes. This is the picture of an ice sheet. These glaciers began to form when the snow remained in same area for years round, where enough snow accumulated to transform into ice. As these glaciers moved down and scooped the land and depressions were formed. Later, these depressions were filled with water known as lakes. Hence, North America had its Great Lakes, which formed the southern boundary of Canadian Shield. There is a chain of lakes in the western and the southwestern edge of the shield. The famous freshwater lakes are Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, and Lake Ontario. The famous Niagara Falls is located between Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. Great Lakes are a series of interconnected freshwater lakes in southern boundary of Canada. These lakes are also known as homes. Homes, Homes. H for Huron, O for Ontario, M for Michigan, E for Erie, and S for Superior. This is the picture of Niagara Falls and it looks like a horseshoe. Niagara Falls are over 12,000 years old. They are a combination of the American Falls, the Bridal Veil Falls, and the Horseshoe Falls. They border the Canadian province of Ontario and the US state New York. The Niagara River drains water from Lake Erie into Lake Ontario. Let us start reading. There are many small rivers that drain the Canadian Shield and enter the Hudson Bay. The Mackenzie River empties into the Arctic Ocean and the Yukon River flows through Canada and Alaska and empties into the Bering Sea. You can see in this map that River Mackenzie flows towards Arctic Ocean. In this map, you can see Yukon River flows through Canada and Alaska and it empties itself into Bering Sea. Let us continue reading. The St. Lawrence River is the busiest inland waterway of the region. Inland waterways mean where a river does not reach to seas and oceans. The southwestern edge of the Canadian Shield is bounded by some lakes like Great Slave and Great Bear Lakes. St. Lawrence River flows in northern eastern direction, connecting the Great Lakes with the Atlantic Ocean. This is the picture of Great Slave Lake. Let us start reading. The Canadian Shield is rich in mineral resources like gold, silver, copper, nickel, iron, and uranium. Another important natural resource of this area is water. 1/3 of the Canadian Shield is covered with water. Minerals, this makes a lot of sense because the shield is solid rock. Canadians extract copper, gold, nickel, zinc, and lead from this area. With this, we are coming to an end of this part. I hope you understood the lesson, revise the lesson completely. Your homework is to do these questions on fair copy and learn terms. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Stay safe.